entertainment in the whole world.
This guy's gonna.
Obviously, Alaska has a base here, so yeah. When I got ready, so I worked at all those places, so I'll reach out to these guys.
How you doing there today?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good. I got invited here today. I have an LAX blog. And I was invited to come. Can you tell us what's going on today, please, sir?
You can speak to our media representative. He's straight that way. He just went to the Tom Bradley terminal.
Kind of a living, so we'll go at it. And you want me to focus on your lens or on you, so that we have that type of a feel?
We can do me and a lens.
Let's do you. That way it looks more natural then. So.
Okay, so I'm here today. I got an email this morning. The pilot's having a demonstration.
Yeah.
So what's it all about?
So we're out here actually in support of our passengers. American, when it's clear skies, does really well. We have any type of weather, and it takes them days and days to recover. And the reason is they failed to connect the pilot to the airplane. And a lot of that is just due to the inattention to the infrastructure of our airline. Bottom line, what does this matter to passengers? Is that you're looking at summer travel or spring break, this recovery we've so been hungry for. We watched it last summer where American was in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Management failed then. They can't do this summer. So we're out here telling our passengers we're going to do everything we can to prevent that from happening, but we need management to join us.
I thought management was backing you. I saw something on television, a documentary of American Airlines. They said they were like backing you guys.
Well, that's great. Sometimes there are issues where they talk about, we have the same interests. We want success for American Airlines, but you see, we're here for our whole career. Management come and go. If they don't do well, they leave. Somebody else new comes in. So we're looking for long-term solutions that serve our passengers. Without our passengers, I'm not able to pay for my kids' college. That's the reality. Management can come and go with new ideas, but right now all they're telling us is how great we're going to be. We're tired of the words, we need the action. They don't have a playbook. You know, we're here today, the Super Bowl is coming up, and we don't see a playbook management has. And they're talking, they can't even connect the players to the field. We're the players. And you can't do that when the time is down. You know, Mother Nature calls in trick plays all the time. If you don't have the ability to call in an audible, then she's going to crush you. And that's what's happening. We all understand that flights cancel when the weather hits. It's the safe and right thing to do. When it takes you 4 and 5 days to recover, while Delta and United are coming back up off the mat in 1 day, that's a failure. You don't lose this business if you get knocked down. You lose it if you don't get back up. Thinking of boxing.
Delta's doing good, and 4 is doing good. 7 doesn't seem to be that crowded. But Terminal 2 and Terminal 4 and 5, you guys have been rocking the house.
That's right. We're rocking the house because people are coming back. They want to fly. We're bringing them here. We want to take them back home, and we'll take them on vacation and business travel. When our flights cancel when they shouldn't, our passengers are the ones that pay the price, but we're standing right next to them, getting on our cell phones, calling home and saying, guess what? We're canceled, and I won't be home for another 2 or 3 days.
Damn.
That is the change that's happened. We're running out of gas. We can only do so much. They want us on a lot of overtime. We want to fly it. But our schedules are so packed, there's very little room for buffer. You have a little delay, I'm timing out because the FAA says this is the maximum I can work. We get that.
What's
it's
the
for
maximum?
safety. It varies. You can have a 16-hour day, the amount of hours that you actually fly, but it's all wrapped around keeping us as safe as possible. It's like having a surgeon. You want a surgeon coming in and going, boy, I'm really feeling fatigued. Let's crack your chest open. No. You want somebody that is aware, healthy, and has got 100% in the game. And that's why the FAA rules are in there. When management builds it right up to the rule. You get any bit of weather and you pop right through that, the flight cancels. So they are trying to stuff more into the bag than they can really support. We can help them get more done, but the way they're doing it right now is they're just making it up as they go along. We've never seen anything like that at American Airlines. The good news is we have solutions, we can get this fixed, but we're already thinking about the summer, spring break.
That's coming up.
It's right before us. We have the heat of Los Angeles on us. Well, the heat of summer is going to be even stronger when it comes to summer travel. We cannot let our passengers down, and mismanagement team cannot let us down. Help us do our job for our passengers. And that's what this is about.
And what about COVID? Has it affected
Absolutely. And we totally get that. It's unprecedented is the magic word of the day, and it's true. But welcome to the NFL. When it happens, how do you recover? Everyone has the same it's like complaining about you did poorly on a hole in golf, and you say it's because of the weather. Well, the weather hit everybody.
Oh, gotcha.
How do you perform? So we get it. We all understand that running an airline on a sunny day is easy business. We do it. Other than a malfunction on the airplane, it works really well. But when the weather hits, that's what people are really paying for. Do you have my back? And so far, American Airlines management, the way they run the airline, has not had our passengers' backs.
That's unbelievable, because you would think they would.
You would think it seems elementary. You have to get down that sometimes they focus on spreadsheets, balance sheets. Those are all important things. What comes down to it is this is a human industry. It takes pilots to fly the airplane, and it takes passengers to give us the ability to do that. So if you've forgotten your way, we're here to remind you. This is about you and me and going places.
What about the, I heard back in the day you guys made more money.
A case could be made for that, sure. It's not just about the money. Sure, we would like to enhance our family's income, but what we really are striving for is to ensure that you respect our schedules. When I walk out the door and I expect, hey kids, I'll see you in a couple days, and then with clear skies, management says, guess what, you're staying out for 4 or 5 days.
They can do that?
They can do that, and it's rare that it happened in the past. When weather happens, we get it, it's allowed, but now they use it all the time. It's like break the glass in case of emergency. They're breaking glass every day, and that's got to stop.
And have you talked to the management?
Absolutely. We talk to them, and they say very nice things back to us, but they do nothing to change the plan. Nice words are the first step, but action is what really matters. You can have a playbook all day long. Pre-game, you can talk about all the great things you're going to do. But once that kickoff happens, if you don't execute, you lose the game. We're not losing.
And how's the morale of your fellow workers?
The morale?
Yeah.
Well, you can see out behind me.
It's unbelievable, man.
We have pilots that are streaming out here, probably more than 200 pilots just in LA. It's a turnout we never expected. That's the voice right there. They've had enough. They want it fixed, and they're going to be a part of the solution. If you don't think that you can afford this solution, you can't afford not to.
And you flew military, right?
Yes, sir, I did.
What military?
I flew in the United States Air Force for 6 years, and I served in the Middle East, and then I came to American Airlines, my dream job, still my dream job and profession. That's why we're not giving up on this. We're going to fix it. We're going to make it right, and management's going to have no choice but to join us, or they're not going to be doing business for long.
And on my police scanner, I hear a lot of people they don't wear masks, and with all the airlines, and then they have to leave the plane.
Oh, yeah, we understand. Everybody is listen, I don't like wearing a mask. I'm talking to you outside.
No, me neither. I hate wearing a mask, but I wear it.
But you know what? It got us through the darkest of times, and we'll leave it up to the federal regulators to decide. I think sometime in March they're going to review that.
Yeah, they set for indoor settings. So do you think it's going to affect the airport? Do you think the mandate will still be on?
I don't know. I mean, that'll be up for them to decide. All I know is that, you know, we're just like in the service in the military. Again, hey, these are the policies, these are the directives, so we're tasked with enforcing them. We may not even like it, but hey, I got to do my job. I want to get you from A to B, and it's not a ballot box. It's not a cruise ship. It's not a bar. We're traveling at near the speed of sound at 35,000 feet. It's a really serious
That's unbelievable.
business. So it's a miracle flight. It works really well. But the moment that you decide that you need to make a statement and kind of come unhinged, they call me the captain. And now I'm diverting my attention from my duties to address this. So we're demanding and I'm pleading with you, help me do my job. We get on the ground and you want to have a discussion on it or you want to make a statement, that's on your time. But when we're in the airplane, I've got 170 souls plus crew, and I'm obligated to protect them from all things. And if you're distracting the crew, you say, hey man, it's not the time to do that. And then you're going to deal with some very serious consequences if you don't comply. I don't like that, but that's the seriousness of what we do. If I had an engine issue going on and now I have somebody decided they want to make a statement on the mask, I may respect that personally, but I'm trying to save an airplane right now, and now you're distracting me. It's that serious, and we cannot afford to have that distraction on the airplane.
So you got to stay focused.
Absolutely.
Because I hear my police guy a lot of times, he has to come back because he has to land with one engine.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Oh, it's the way we train. I just came out of my annual training in a simulator, saw everything. Engine failures, engine fires, coming up on a mountain, electrical failures, low weather approach. That's our world. We embrace that. That's what we practice so that when it happens, we don't have the startle effect. We know the procedure. We've got that calm demeanor. We've got a job. That job is to save lives, to bring down that disabled airplane safely and move along to the next jet. And that's we take seriously, and that's something that's different. Management is there to support us in that effort. And when it comes to safety, they're usually right there. But we're telling you, you're scheduling us too heavy. That's going to start nibbling on that ability, running out of gas, I'm talking about as a person. We won't let that happen. We're obligated to say no, and we will say no. But why would you put our passengers through that? You know, we're a for-profit business, we get that. But if you don't have a safe, reliable product, we aren't going to be in business long. We've got to stop this, correct it before it gets to that point. The good news is we can turn this around.
How?
But the time is running out. Management has to join us in these solutions. They have ideas, we have ideas, but they're going at this as if it's kind of like game time's coming up, and they're just starting to think, well, maybe we should have a playbook. Hey, let's get the equipment together. Are you kidding me? Super Bowl's on Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
Metaphorically, you should have had this plan going already. But now that I've registered my disappointment in you, let's get the game plan. Let's get serious about this. Because I can tell you this, that Delta and United and Southwest will eat our lunch if we stumble now.
Oh, yeah, they will. Yeah.
And we're not going to have that. We're competitors. We want to win. And if you're a management team that thinks you're just coming into the middle of the pack or the bottom and you have some profits but you're just surviving, we're not here to survive. We're here to win. So they can join us or they can step aside and we'll get somebody who is ready to join us.
And how many pilots do you have total?
We have 14,000 pilots across American Airlines mainline. I think in LA we have some 1,000 or 1,500 pilots. My numbers may be off a little bit there, but we have 14,000 pilots that fly in the aggregate 6,000 flights a day across our country. And it matters what we do, and it matters what management does to support us doing that. Because the ultimate goal for us, I'm facing a passenger when the flight cancels. I'm not sitting in an office in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm facing them to say, I'm sorry about that. Let's see what we can do about getting you home, because I want to get home too. We got skin in the game.
The weather to stop the flights or the virus or both?
You know what? Sometimes it's a double hit. Like over Christmas, we had Omicron pop up and we had some weather. So we all get that. And no one could have planned for Omicron hitting us the way it did. It hit all the airlines. It's how quickly you recover. And I'll tell you, American Airlines did a pretty good job during that time. But Father's Day weekend last year, several times over the summer, they were in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. In the Halloween weekend, thousands of flights canceled, several 100,000 passengers impacted. And we saw the reason why. They could not connect the pilot to the airplane, and in some cases, the flight attendants.
Wow.
A couple weeks ago, the same kind of storm happened in Dallas. Oops, we'll have the break.
Oh, sure.
She's trying to
Sorry.
do her job.
Yeah. She's been here for years.
You need some help?
Oh, no. She ain't going for no help.
No kidding.
Oh, no, man. She's... Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, we had an ice storm roll through Dallas-Fort Worth, and we had some weather go through the northeast. We watch this because it spreads throughout the country, even to LA. We had a couple days of storms. We get that. They canceled flight. That's the safe and right thing to do. But it took them almost 4 days to recover after that. The third day of recovery, they had almost 700 flights canceled, and about 90% of them, we saw the reasons why. They failed to connect the pilot to the airplane. The next day, a little less flights, but the same reason. They could not connect the pilot to the airplane. They don't have enough pilots, and with the pilots that they do have, they run us up to the max, and even if I wanted to help, I don't have the room in my schedule.
You can't do it.
They're selling tickets that we don't believe they can fulfill this summer and spring break. It's got to stop. That is not the way you treat people. We can help you stop that. Sell the tickets, we want to fly the jets, but if you overpromise and underdeliver, people are going to choose another airline, especially here in LAX.
Quick.
Yes, sir.
Because I think America's doing great, and so is Delta. Because I see the crowds.
Yeah, and I mean, United's got a presence here. The bottom line is when people have a choice, if you don't perform, I'm a consumer. When you let me down consistently and I don't think you have my back, I'm picking somebody else. I work hard for my money and I expect you to work twice as hard to earn it.
Well, United, like I say, I'm here every day, and United doesn't have a lot of crowds. Maybe in other states, maybe they do.
No, they don't. I mean, the big presence here, of course, is Delta, and of course, other carriers,
And
Southwest flies.
Yeah, and you guys, because you guys are expanding terminals too. You got 4 and 5.
This is a growth city here for us. It's an important city. If you don't get this right, then you're going to take all of that optimism and you're going to just squash it.
And New York, right?
And New York, yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, Dallas, Fort Worth, Charlotte is another major base for us. It's a very connected base. About 80% of our passengers go in there, connect to other places. So this is a beehive, an orchestra, and everything has to be tuned just right. And if you hand us as the players a kazoo, it is not a Beethoven movement. And so metaphorically, that's what we're talking about right here. We want the real instruments, we want the support, we want the sheet of music so that we can perform for our passengers who ultimately pay all of our bills and who also support our investors.
Yeah.
It is a team. It is a team that people...
Team effort.
Yeah, and the symbol of their commitment is their money into it. Well, we put our heart and soul into that commitment as well. You know, there's an old saying in, eggs and bacon. Well, the chicken makes a contribution, the egg. Pig makes the bacon, and it's a commitment. So you can tell who we believe we are. Management's got to contribute, but we're fully committed to this. So step up or step aside.
Well, you guys are amazing because on Saturday nights I have a hobby. I plane spot.
Oh, yeah.
By in and out. Because the planes, they land like 100 feet over your head.
Yeah.
Have you seen that spot?
I have.
It's really a very relaxing thing that you guys can do that.
Yeah. Oh, it's. I mean, you're right down. Coming in here, I happen to be in a cockpit jump seat, and because the airplane was quite full, which is great. People coming to see the Super Bowl, and we flew right over the stadium, SoFi Stadium.
Oh, beautiful!
And I could see it through the flight deck window. It's a great profession, and we need everybody supporting it. We can't do this without management because without people on the airplane, we don't fly. We get that. I just don't know if management gets the airplane doesn't fly without us in it.
They gotta get it though.
Yeah,
it's common sense.
Sometimes a business person needs a little clarity of thought. We're going to give them that thought. We're going to stand as an advocate for our passengers, which is ultimately an advocate for our way of living, and we're going to get this done right.
And your name, sir?
Dennis Tager, Captain Dennis Tager. I'm a 737 captain at American Airlines for over 30 years with prior service in the U.S. Air Force.
What planes did you fly in the Air Force?
The KC-135, the Boeing 707. It's a refueling aircraft.
In the air?
Yes, yep.
That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
You have no fear?
Oh, of course, I have fear, but I learned to control it.
Oh,
Courage is something that comes. It doesn't. It's not a question of erasing fear. It's a question of containing it and finding a place where it can exist and you can still do your job. And when you're on the airplane, there's no place for fear. There's a place for competence and execution. And that's what these men and women behind me do every day.
It's the same thing on the operating table with the surgeon.
There you go.
Same philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely. The same philosophy. And as a matter of fact, a surgeon makes a mistake and it's horrifying, and the family loses a member, and there's a lot of people involved. I make a mistake on the airplane, there's 170 souls on board.
And you.
So, you know what? We have great respect for our surgeons and doctors and all those first responders. We all have a lot on the line, and that's what makes our professions different than a lot of others. We have great respect for them, but it's a team effort. You need everybody playing off the same sheet of music. Take care of people, and they'll take care of you.
Well, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you, man.
And you're amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Thanks.
others sleep, we've just started our day. Our training has been rigorous, and it's never finished. We prepare for the unexpected, and we always put safety first. Because people trust us with their lives, and with life's most important moments. Being a professional pilot isn't just a career, it's our passion. Another city, another hotel, another night away from home. We confront challenging conditions, changing schedules, and long days. No one said this job was easy, but we're pilots. We're proud of our work, and we're proud to be members of the Allied Pilots Association. No one said this job was easy. While others sleep, we've just started our day. Our training has been rigorous, and it's never finished. We prepare for the unexpected, and we always put safety first. Because people trust us with their lives, and with life's most important moments. Being a professional pilot isn't just a career, it's our passion. Another city, another hotel, another night away from home. We confront challenging conditions, changing schedules, and long days. No one said this job was easy, but we're pilots. We're proud of our work, and we're proud to